Hello, today is February 14th, Valentine's Day. So let's just jump in and do a Valentine's Day spread. It's just going to, ask all those questions about attraction and declaration of passion and love. Let's just get in there and honor the day by doing that. I thought about doing something totally opposite, and maybe I should have, but I figured I'm also going to just go with the flow of the day. And let's see. Read a fact today, something like those little fun fact trivial things. It says more than 35 million heart-shaped boxes of chocolate will be purchased today. It's not even counting all the stuff that was purchased in advance, but all those people, all the people running around today trying to maybe they forgot or they've been busy. They were caught up with the Super Bowl this weekend, so they're running around today buying heart-shaped chocolate boxes for their special someone. So let's get in there. We're about 9 questions, and let's start right now. I'm just gonna pull all the cards, and then we'll go forth from there. Let's see. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Push them a little while. Push them like this. You really can't see them. Not that I think you could really make these out. I'm gonna have to change decks this week. I really like this deck, but it's so light on camera. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's just. Gosh, it's like the more I want to hurry to do something, the longer I take. Oh, that's gonna bug me. Okay. All right, so we have 9 cards here, 9 questions. Let's see what we got this Valentine's Day coming in. So our first question is going to be attraction. Who are you attracted to? And there is this 5 of Wands, which is, if you can see that, 5 of Wands, which is interesting because it's like there's a conflict, like there's more than one person that you're attracted to. And it could also mean that you have more than one person also coming at you. There's just some conflict. It's almost like too many cooks in the kitchen to be able to focus on just one person. And I also, I'm wondering, based on the energy that I'm receiving, if it doesn't have to do with maybe not just people around you, but circumstances. So maybe it's not, this is about who, are you attracted to? And so this conflict could be that maybe there is a clear person that you're attracted to, but maybe they don't fit like an ideal that maybe in your circle, your close circle, like there's an ideal that you've put out and they might be different. And so the person you're attracted to, there's a couple messages. Either that you're attracted to several people and you're in conflict over which one you want to pursue. Maybe you're like online dating or going out more, so you have different options here. The other message is that there is someone that you are attracted to, but in your close circle, people are not very welcoming of them. So there's a lot of mixed messages in your mind over whether this is a good idea or not. And the second spot, you have worship from afar. Why are they so delicious? And we have the 10 of Wands. That's a heavy load that you're carrying. So the energy I'm getting with this 5 of Wands and then this 10 of Wands is that for some of you, there is someone that you are attracted to and that you have been attracted to for a long time, but they're either you don't know them or that maybe they're in a relationship. There's something that's blocking it, that's conflicting. It could be that they are single and you are, but there's a thing, like I said, in your circle of friends or your family that they just don't approve of this person. Whatever it is, it's like getting heavy to carry, and there's all this conflict and all this noise in your head around this person. And just the admiring from afar is starting to really weigh heavy on you. But it's almost as if you don't mind carrying that heaviness or having that conflict because the attraction, and it's really a physical, there's a physical pull that is just so great that keeps you it just keeps you there. It keeps you still, you know, admiring from a distance, like the question asked. This declaration of passion, like, should I tell them my feelings? And in that position, there's the Five of Pentacles, and there's like a fear. It's like, it's not even, it's interesting, like these three cards so far are pretty intense feelings around this. And with this Five of Pentacles, I'm wondering if it isn't like just an insecurity on your part. Like, maybe like you've wanted and you've admired this person for so long from a distance, that like the idea of just coming forward and declaring like, yes, I'm interested, maybe I want to be more than friends, or you know, whatever that looks like, you have this like idea already in your mind because of this conflict and this burden. There's this energy that you don't want to go and tell them that, because you're so, there's this major fear that they're going to not be open to it or not accept it. So it's really like, you, it will never like spirit's never going to guide you down a path that you're not ready to receive. And so when you're so caught up in like a conflict, when it seems like a burden, but maybe you've just invested so much time you don't want to let go, like there's a lot of conforming here, and then there's so much physical attraction too, like it's all just, there's like a congestion in these, in like your lower chakra area. And the point is that there's just no direct alignment in your own energy to be able to be clear on things right now. Like, we're going to keep going through the rest of the spread, but as of right, and these first three cards really show a lot of stagnation and conflict within you. And so that kind of energy is going to not even allow you to see a future possibility outside of it just being heavy and intense and unattainable. And so just know the spirit won't put these energies in front of you, right? That's not what spirit wants for us, for anybody. And so that's where the work needs to come in from your side. And this could be reversed. This could be the person who sees you in this way. Like, there could be someone that's been watching you and can't seem to want to approach you because of the same energy. You know, so what about this? How will you feel if rejected? And there's this Four of Swords. So, I mean, you're just gonna really kind of go into isolation, right? You'll go, you know, it's like this energy here is so, it's like this Five of Wands. I just get this image of like you with your friends, like, oh my gosh, like I really like this person, like he's so cute, or he's so, or she, or you know, like there's just all this excitement, like you want to tell everybody, and then there's like some conflict. Like I said, maybe they're just getting out of a relationship, maybe maybe they were somewhere in your past and it didn't work out, and now they're single and you are again. Like, there's just something that's causing all these cooks in the kitchen to have opinions, but you're really caught up in that energy. Now then there's just you alone, feeling like, even if you're starting to see some cracks in this possibility, you're like, nope, I've been holding on to this for a while now, and the physical attraction is there, so I'm not gonna let go of this bird. Like, I'm carrying this to, like, you're just not ready to let go. And then the possibility of letting them know makes you feel like you would potentially be rejected and left out, so then you don't want to. And all of that adds up to say that if you did and you were rejected, you would just shut down. Like, you would just go hermit mode and isolate. But that kind of rest and repose might be what you need to be able to clear your energies, to be able to really identify the reasons why this person should be the person that you want to, you know, offer your sort of cup to. So let's keep going and see what we get next. Why can't I give up? And then we have the moon. So the moon, you know, is, you know, think about the night sky, and what lights it up is the moon. So, you know, if you're out at night and it's really dark and you have no direct moonlight, you don't see anything. And when the moon shines, when you get that light, it's like the sun is out, right? Like, you just see so much, but it's isolated to certain areas. It's not super vast. So the moon is really emotional and secretive and personal. So you can't give up, because there is something, right? Whatever it is, it really feels like this physical attraction, this can't have this person, but maybe there's something that you just can't, there is just something where you can't let go, no matter the conflict, no matter the fear, and even in your own solitude, to when you think about it and you're ready to, like, I'm ready to let this go. Like, I think, let me just, like, let me meditate and be by myself and see what I get. There is that, still that moon energy, that there's something that's beneath the surface that you feel, that this person brings out in you, and it's very personal, it's very almost secretive. Like, I don't know that all these people in this Five of Wands card know how deep it runs, or what it is that is that attraction that keeps you holding on, but it does. And so you can get this Four of Swords energy, and you could, in the sort of the light of day, act like you're moving on and you're good. But the fact is that you really, like, can't give up, because it's really, like, embedded within you. Like, there's just something that's in your heart for this person, and that it's been there for a while. This is not something that just, someone you just bumped into last week. Like, this is somebody that you have been holding on to something, and it really could have been like, or maybe something ended, and you just can't shake that feeling that if you had another opportunity, or if they saw that you weren't giving up and you were holding on, that Ten of Wands, like, you were holding it together for both of you, like, that it could work. And so that's really the message here, and the energy. It's also something about you not being able to express all of that to them, and maybe even to yourself. Like, there's a part here too that really speaks to you just not being able to put words to those feelings. And so because of that, even for yourself, you remain, like, on the hook for this. And that's really that moon energy. Over here we have, like, how do they feel when they're near you? And we have the Six of Pentacles. So I'm really getting this, maybe they are like a friend of yours, like a good friend of yours, that maybe they just don't even know that you feel this way. And if they do know, then I don't know. But the Six of Pentacles, about how they feel when they're near you, it's like a sort of a very give and take energy, like a very equal, neutral type of energy. Like, it's not one-sided per se. Like, it's not like they see you, and in this card, you have one person that's, like, on the one hand, they're giving something to someone, and on the other hand, the other person is handing something to them. So there's this, like, this balance. Sixes are typically also read as, like, very harmonious. There's just, like, a lot of balance in this. So how they feel when you're near them would be fine. Like, it's not like a neither or. Like, it's cool. Like, there's nothing bad or good. You guys are just there. So I'm wondering if it isn't somebody that you are in close proximity to, but they just have no idea that you feel this way about them. So it could be like someone that you really admire, like maybe a mentor, a supervisor, somebody that might be on the hierarchy of your work, maybe higher than you. And so you just really like them. Like, maybe they really got your back at work and always, like, show up for you. And so, like, you've really developed what feels to you like it's more, right? That moon, like, beneath the surface, you're like, oh my gosh, if this person, like, they're perfect, but maybe they have a family, or they're, like, they're doing their own thing. And so that's really that conflict and that burden, and how you're feeling left out. And, like, you shouldn't say it. Like, you want to just, you're not going to say anything. You're going to, meditate and let it go and move on. But on the, like, beneath the surface, you really are crushing hard on this person, because you see them as your ideal partner, but they're not available to you. And so that's also keeping you, in a sense, it's really keeping you stagnant to move on and potentially then find your person that would fit, like, what they represent, but in somebody that would be available to you. And so the Six of Pentacles, in terms of how they feel when you're near them, it's like a fine energy. There's nothing wrong about it or great about it. It's just, it's just like a neutral feeling. But, like I said, if they're a friend of yours, I don't think it's a, I think they they're nice, like they got your back and stuff, like whether it's a friend or not, but it's that they don't know that you're feeling this. Um, what should you do, right? Like, how do you, yeah, what should you do? And so there's this Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is like wish fulfillment. So I really believe that what you should do is, maybe really like in that Four of Swords energy, like really sit with the energy to figure out what is it about this person that you're really attracted to, right? I'm really, like I said, after the Six of Pentacles and like the moon energy and all these different messages, I do believe there's a strong physical attraction. So what are physical attributes about this person that draws you in? But there's something bigger than that, and that is like just what the personality that this person embodies. Like I said, I really do feel that there's somebody that really shows up for you, really has your back. There's like a loyalty or a commitment that they've made to your well-being, and that's really attractive. So I think that like what you do is that you can start to imagine like what are the attributes and like alignments that you're attracted to from this person, and that's your wish, right? That's the wish fulfillment, is how you view all of these pieces. And like then what does that look like, that you don't have to put all your hopes and dreams on this one person, but it could be many things. Like it's not just the physical attributes that attract us. They're tall, they have this color eyes, this color hair, like all of that, you can write up. And then what are those other things like that? I keep getting this feeling of like someone that really shows up for you, that really has your best interest and doesn't want anything from you, like that. Those sorts of personality traits that they show, like how would you describe those? Like really use your words to describe what that is, because that's what you're wishing for. And so what it's time for you to do, right now, it's like really identify all of those attributes, all of those traits, because that's what you're wishing for. And when you can see those like maybe written out in a different way, detached from them, from this one person in particular, then I think you'll have a much more clear picture, like something you might even find like in meditation, like in that Four of Swords, like just a clearer view for you to then see like, wait, there are other, what, I can go out and there are other people out there that, are selfless in how they, in their acts, or they're very philanthropic, or they're, really great with their families. Like I'm looking for that. He or she, like this person is not the only one that embodies this. And so if my wish is to attract a person that has these qualities, like that's my wish, then let me get on that and see, if I clear this noise out, like who are my social circles? Maybe the people that I'm talking to and all of that, maybe they're all single and they want to keep going out, but they're going out with a different intention. So now you're like, oh, I need to think of like, what's a different set of people that I can socialize with that, it's going to feel more in line with what I want out of a relationship at this time, and place in my life. So I think it's really about you identifying all those things that you want, right? Like what is the ultimate wish fulfillment? Is it a for life partner? Is it just a partner on the weekend? Is it like, what is it that you're looking for? Because there's somebody out there that has you in this energy that you've really come to believe like this is a person. But if you sort of take the physical being away from it and just focus on their attributes and what, all those parts about them that you're attracted to, you can start for, really detailing for yourself, what are those things that you want in somebody, and that's your wish. And then you really work on yourself in regards to like in this space when you're meditating and you're really like digging into yourself and like what is inside that really pulls this type of personality or these traits or these attributes, that why are these attracting you? Like if these are your past partners and you're like, whoa, like so different, why is it that you were attracted to this then? But secretly, because it really does seem like it's more of a secret attraction, like what is it about this person, like it's so different, that's causing some conflict? But what are those main differences? And if that is your wish, then how are you someone that would attract those traits to you as well, as opposed to maybe who you're used to going out with. And so really analyzing it, it's definitely a much more meta process than maybe what you've been allowing yourself to really sink into and imagine and really work towards. So like, how will okay, so this would be like if this was communication of a secret love. So how would you like consummate this relationship with this person? And the card is the Hanged Man, which is this person is just again stagnant. I just really hear this stagnation that's just hanging there. Like, it's not that you could never consummate this relationship with this type of person. Maybe you don't consummate it with this person exactly in mind, but in their area of what they embody, you could. But it's not gonna happen unless or until you do that work to get really clear, because the hangman is just that pause. Like, it's like when, like, I've seen all these things where people, like, make a wish, like this card, the wish fulfillment card. And, people might say things like, I want to be healthy. I want to be wealthy, rich and successful. And these are very broad terms. So the hanged man would represent, like, you're making these wishes, healthy, rich, successful, and then you're still like hanging in stagnation and you don't see those things coming in. If anything, you feel like overburdened just thinking about it and carrying these desires around, and you're like, I'm making the wishes and I'm telling people, and there's all this like there's just so much almost like gossipy, and you're tired over it, and there's some secret behind that, but you're still like almost, it's like you're annoyed really that you're doing all these things, and yet why isn't it showing up? Well, because success is so broad that success to me may look different to you, may look different to your neighbor. And so on some level, the universe can be like, well, you're successful because, like, who are we sort of comparing and contrasting to? Because you're not being very clear. Success equals that by this age, I, own a home, have like a clear designated amount that you write out in the bank that I own, or success is that I own, every pair of shoes in this brand by the time I'm 30, or, like, but when something's super specific like that there's a different, there's a clarity in that that's less than this moon. So it's not this hidden, desire. It's a very outwardly desire, like this wish fulfillment cup, standing tall. This is what I'm wanting, and I have it. And that is the opposite energy of the hanged man, just kind of chilling, waiting for stuff to potentially happen. Sometimes, like the Four of Swords, you want to take those pauses to, recharge and reset and reaffirm what you want. But the hanged man is literally that. It's just hanging there, chilling. There's nothing wrong, nothing good or bad, right? Like the Six of Pentacles, it's like a fine energy. It's nothing, it's not a bad anything. It's not a negative anything, but it's just a neutral stand still, no movement card in terms of the energy it represents. And so how will you finally like consummate and get, make this whole thing come together? Well, it's just not, but it's not that it's not ever, or that it's not that it can't. It's that you haven't spelled out for yourself what it is that you're looking for. So while you've set up this ideal that this whatever person, this representation of a person that you have that is what you want, there is something that holds you back, that maybe this person isn't the actual one, and really what it comes down to is you being very clear about what it is that you want. And it really feels like it's not about this one person, but it's about how they make you feel about yourself. It's about how, it's really about those feelings that spark inside of you. And you've attached them to this person. And so many times, instead of doing the compare and contrast, like the only compare and contrast we should ever do is with our past selves. Where are you today compared to yesterday, compared to a year ago? And where can you make those adjustments to work on yourself, to see how do you don't like something. It isn't about those around you. It's about how you are in relation to yourself when you're with others. And so the hangman is really saying that when it comes to how will this come together? Well, nothing's going to happen until, you get really good with this wish fulfillment of, for yourself. And then finally here we have like, what is the fate, and there's this 10 of swords, which is like the end. But for every end there's a beginning, right? So like I said, when you look at who you are today, it's not about comparing it to someone else. It's just about comparing it to a past self for you to see where you are in that relation. And so where this is heading is a full rebirth for you, because you'll see that whoever it is that you've fallen for, that you clicked on this to see and you want to hear about them, if this message resonates, you're going to hear it all the way through. If if it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it does and you're still listening here, then and you know that the moment is coming to put an end to this now. And like I said, the hangman and like the 4 of swords, the 6 of pentacles, the moon, none of these cards represent that this is no for this particular person forever. Even the 10 of swords being this total end, it's really the end of the person. And I really see that the message is for you. It's the end of you being this person that's, like you're not sure if you're attracted to this person. Yes, no, why? Are people, influencing your thoughts or in your way? Like there's a lot of chaotic energy here. Do you really want to be the person that like is super attracted to somebody just, and it's like, not a fun energy, but an intense burden energy because you've been pining for so long. Do you want to continue to be the person that is holding on to that won't even tell them, because on a level that they're either not available, you're not available, something is blocking it, they haven't led you on in any way, but you're not sure. And then here's the encouragement of like, you just need to take some time to reset, to reevaluate, to figure out what is inside, what moves you, what do you have hidden that you don't just want to speak out and speak up to. And this person, this ideal that you've really manifested for yourself is attainable, just maybe not this actual person you've assigned this to, because they have all these really cool qualities that really make you feel seen and heard, and you like that feeling that they bring about. But it doesn't, that's a feeling that you should feel around everybody that you surround yourself with, because when people are there, and like your friends, your family, your community, who you work with, like all those relationships that you're building should all be in this very 6 of Pentacles, mutual, a lot of reciprocity, for each other, so that the respect and the showing up and the listening is there on both sides. And so that shouldn't be a negotiation. But you have the opportunity right now to really sit and analyze and decide for yourself, what are you wishing for in a partner? And then what would that person, if this is the person that you can outline of, who you want, like who would they want, right? What would that look like, because there's something that's blocking you from going for it, right? And then there's this just energy that's going to take some time until you can really match to this energy of being really open with yourself about what you want. You're just sort of hanging in limbo here, and you're carrying all of this, around people that are invested in you and others are not. And so you're really just hanging there. It's time here. The fate is, let's end this cycle. Let's find a way to end this cycle so we can be reborn in this 9 of Cups energy and really stand in your power to be able to receive all the good that you want, that you're wishing for. And so you got to clear that out and start, fresh with yourself. And that's really the overarching message, is doing that work for yourself, resetting, recharging, realigning you, so you can be the person that you would imagine, that or you imagine your ideal person wanting to align with. And that is the message, a very positive, self-affirming message on this Valentine's Day. I will see you tomorrow.